Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for August. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm pulling a Celtic cross for you today, but I'm starting off with a couple of astro cards just to get an overview. All right, we have Aries. That's hilarious. I just finished their readings right before you. All right, we have Aries, which talks about independence, bravery and passion, and we have Taurus, which talks about trust, patience and sensuality. Now let's see what is happening in Aries and Taurus. We have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus on the 24th. And we have Jupiter retrograding in Aries and then eventually Pisces up till November. Interesting. Now, you could have these heavily in your chart. You could be dealing with someone who has them in their chart. Either way, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Taurus is the second. There is a progression here. There is an ascension and you are the third. I feel like you are focusing on your image when it comes to the Aries energy. You're focusing on how you are perceived, how you approach matters, how you approach people. And with Taurus energy, you are focusing inwards as well. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of not just love but finances as well, and also again about material goods, about luxury. It talks about being centered and being grounded and appreciating everything that life has blessed you with. Slightly vague, I know, but we will see once we pull your tarot. You could also be on the Taurus Gemini cusp, some of you. With Uranus and Jupiter both going retrograde, there is a sense of a re-evaluation or a restructuring of certain beliefs. How you perceive growth, what you feel will help you move in life, will help you climb the ladder in life. And that ladder could be anything. It could be a social ladder, it could be a career ladder, it could be a spirituality ladder, it could be a health ladder. There is some kind of ascension, some kind of mastery that is happening here, because if you see the progression of the cards, something that you are focusing on. And the best way to almost map out a blueprint for whatever journey this is during these retrogrades, because you're able to reassess something that may have not worked for you in the past and then applying something to your reality that finally will. It could as simply be you're following a diet or an exercise routine and you've plateaued, right? And you bring something brand new because you feel like, okay, all of that did work in the past, but it's not working anymore because my body has become complacent. It's become used to it. There's a shift, there's a shake-up happening. Anyway, let's see what is in the heart of your reading. Beautiful energy. What? Okay, that's insane. We have the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. It talks about that growth. It talks about that ascension. It talks about happiness and joy and contentment. The Ten of Cups is a beautiful card, but it is a challenge card in this position. I may as well read it in reverse. It is an obstacle. For some of you, it is possible, Gemini, you're going through some kind of upheaval on the love front or the home front. It is possible that there is something related to somebody else's energy that is tarnishing your happiness. The Ten of Cups is not a solo happiness card. It is not a community, but it's like a family happiness card. It is a relationship, marriage happiness card. There's something that is preventing your personal happiness that is related to somebody else. I don't know what this is. What is your focus? Let's dig deeper. The Fool, lots of major arcana. Your focus is to leave the past in the past, and I celebrate you for that. The Fool does not carry any baggage. You see how there are suitors from her past that are clamoring to get her attention, but she's looking to the future. The checkerboard talks about light and shadow, talks about yin and yang, it talks about good and bad, it talks about duality, and it talks about balancing yourself within that duality, not ignoring anything, and at the same time accepting everything. You are focusing on a new journey. You're focusing on a fresh start regarding something, whether this is a relationship that didn't work out in the past for you, a family dynamic that left you feeling apathetic. you want to start afresh. What was in the recent past? This should be interesting. The Knight of Wands. If this was love for you, I feel like the Knight of Wands can be a charmer. It can be someone very magnetic, flirtatious, someone who is very charming. But the Knight of Wands doesn't really have the capacity to stay. The Knight of Wands will say and do everything to please you, but when it comes to permanence, it doesn't really exist in the Knight of Wands' world. It comes in and delivers a message and woos and is out the door. I feel like it's possible that you may have thought a particular relationship was permanent for you, but it turned out that it was fleeting for some of you. For the others, it's possible that the Knight of Wands was just a part of your energy. It was just an aspect of your own self. It was that adventurous spirit that we're all born with. I feel like you did go on adventures. You did start something brand new for yourself. But then eventually, whatever manifested itself as happiness could have turned into codependency. Because the Ten of Cups being in the challenge position is reminding me of codependency, something that turned sour. So where your individual happiness was tarnished by somebody else's energy. Okay, let's see. What is crowning you? The Eight of Pentacles. Your strength is your ability to work hard. Your strength is your ability to self-actualize. You see how she's working on a mask, and that looks exactly like her real face. You're not focusing on, now Gemini is the sign of duality, right? You're represented by the twins. But I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles showing up as your strength, there is a sense of looking at yourself very intricately and in depth. It is not the energy of pointing the finger at somebody else. It is the energy of looking deeper in, seeing where you may be wrong, seeing where you may have messed up, and seeing what your skills are, how you can bring about the best version of yourself into this reality. Because where earlier somebody else was almost not calling the shots but affecting your frequency, I feel like you're cutting that out. You're focusing inward. You're focusing on you. You're working on you with no external variables affecting your energy anymore. Again, the Fool, the focus of your reading. The Fool is a solo energy. The Fool is not accompanied by anybody. Sometimes in the original Rider-Waite, it's accompanied by a dog, which could represent a loyal friend, somebody who has your best intentions at heart, somebody who can guide you. But in this deck, she's solo, right? There is a solo journey here. Aries, again, is a very solo energy. It is cardinal fire energy. Okay, dropped a card, almost. Your immediate future, the Five of Wands. Make sure you pick your battles wisely, Gemini. Make sure you don't compete for the heck of competing, okay? The Five of Wands could be a card of training. It could be a card of a conflict even. Now, this could be an internal conflict. The checkerboard, the duality that I've been talking about, the fight between ego and self, the fight between light and dark, between yin and yang. It's possible that that conflict is deep within you. It's also possible that this is a competition with another person. Maybe on the work front, maybe again on the family front, something that brought about that sense of apathy to you. Just make sure you pick your battles wisely. The Five of Wands is a minor arcana. It is a minor energy. It is not something like the Tower that's going to come in and shake up your foundation. Just make sure you discern what you're getting yourself into, okay? How are you showing up? All right, we have two, strange. To this reading, we have the World and we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, now with the World card, you have the Fool and the World together. The Fool begins the major arcana, the World ends it. I feel like you realize that you are at a precipice. There's something that you realize that you've completed, you've come full circle, because you've reached a sense of being unsure about how to proceed. You see how her face is not where her crown should be. Her face is where her solar plexus is. And the solar plexus chakra talks about that image, that self-esteem that I've been talking about. It talks about what brings you confidence, what brings you joy, what helps you shine. And trying to maintain that balance, I feel like has dimmed your light. The sun literally rules the solar plexus chakra, and that is the heart of your reading. There is something that is causing you to question your own worth. There's an internal struggle here with the Five of Wands. I don't think this has manifested itself into a conflict with an external person. This is deep within. And you realize that whatever this is needs to come to an end so you can begin afresh. This juggle needs to end. I feel like you're trying to feel good about yourself, but something or the other is always getting in the way. That independence that you want to feel, I feel like there's something that's following you around like a lost puppy. Then again, we have trust and patience. Make sure you embody those qualities. External influences that you may or may not be aware of, Gemini. Justice. That is literally the card of the universe. The policeman here is trying to maintain order. But without universal justice, without karma, that enforcement, that law enforcement that's coming about is going to do nothing. There is a balance between heart, wisdom, generosity of spirit, and learning, education. I feel that you have taught yourself a lot, you have gained a lot of wisdom through whatever journey this is, and the universe has your back. The universe will always be unbiased. You see how that's an expressionless face. There's no bias here. The universe will always, always, always have all of our backs. No matter if we're good people, we're bad people. Karma will be delivered regardless, right? The main purpose of the universe is to prevent stalemate, to prevent stagnation. And the only way that can happen is when balance is achieved. And we're not sitting in the dark for too long, not sitting in the light for too long. If you are even in a particular legal situation, let's say, I would expect justice to be restored. All right, let's see. Hopes and fears for Gemini. The Ten of Wands. You're afraid of taking on too much. You're afraid that you're going to be exhausted forever. I feel like you are already overburdened. You've already been doing too much, feeling too much. And you may feel like this is going to constantly be your story. The Ten of Wands is the end of the wand suit. It is followed by the Ace of Wands, which is a new spark, a new beginning. The Fool energy, fire. Set the wands down. I feel like you've done enough learning here. You've achieved enough. You've trained yourself enough. You've worked hard enough. Set the wands down and just be. Just be, because when you're starting a new journey right here, if you put too much pressure on yourself, and if you look at, let's say you're trying to climb a mountaintop, you look at that mountain and you're like, okay, wait, that is way too high. But if you don't look at the apex and you just start climbing either way, before you even know it, you've reached the midpoint because you haven't scared yourself out of it. You know what I mean? That's the energy I'm getting here. Potential outcome for Gemini. The Five of Pentacles. Goodness, Gemini, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I'm calling you out here. I am. The Five of Pentacles is an energy of feeling abandoned, of feeling betrayed. The ribbons are, according to her, attacking her. Ribbons cannot hurt you. This is almost like you waiting for the other shoe to drop. You feeling like someone's out to get you when they actually aren't. It is a self-proclaimed energy of poor me. Okay, I have told you the universe does have your back. Let's not throw ourselves any pity parties here. You've learned enough. Make sure you're making use of that wisdom. I feel that in the past, whether it is this Knight of Wands that we're talking about, or it is just an energy within you, you felt betrayed, you felt abandoned, you felt left out. The only way you can remove that energy from your field is if you are independent. I'm not talking about financial independence. I'm talking about emotional independence. When you remove variables from your life and when you remove the concept of depending on those variables is when you will never feel abandoned, because your body and your spirit will never abandon you. Okay? The only person you can depend upon, Gemini, is yourself. I mean that. Alright, let's get you a couple of tea leaves. Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. It is possible that this Fool energy is the beginning of a new venture, the conception of a new business plan. So, and well, of course, some of you may be expecting babies, whether within yourself or within a family dynamic, whatever it may be. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. I would look forward to that. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Very interesting. You see how we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles? Something that you've been doing over and over again in the past that's not working for you, there's something else out there. Look for it. Get out of your comfort zone and look for it. Butterfly, a change for the better. You can't make this up. There is a shift happening. Don't get too comfortable in your discomfort. Take that leap of faith with the Fool energy. You may just surprise yourself. Alright, couple of charms to close this off. Oh, we just have 2. We have an aircraft, which could talk about a vacation. It could talk about you going to visit someone, someone coming to visit you. It could talk about meditation, traveling to a higher realm within your own mind. And we have the letter N. This could be your initial or someone you are dealing with. Doesn't have to be. Alright, that was it for you, Gemini. I hope this helped you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.